Morning students, welcome once again to the statistics class. In the previous video, I had explained to you regarding blank table, formation of a blank table, taking the example of the students of a college being classified into three categories, that is class, sex and the faculty. Okay, so I'm taking another problem today, which is very clearly displayed on the screen for you. It is all about prepare a blank table to show the employees of a commercial bank according to the first characteristic is sex, the second characteristic is all about the cadre, the third characteristic is all about their age group. Three characteristics that we need to form. Okay. So what we need to do now, students, as I'll start roughly, you have to think among these three characteristics. Two of the characteristics we have to utilize them in the beginning. One for the columns and the second one for the rows. Any of the three, okay? So what I'll do is I'll take cadres as the columns, okay? So there are three cadres. That is what we have it here as officers, cashiers, is it right? Cashiers and clerks. There are three main portfolios, the cadres in that. So this is what for us, I can say according to the tables, we can say there are three columns here for us. Okay. And now, then among the remaining two, that is sex and the age group, I take age group as the stubs, students. I take age group as the stubs. Okay, so it would be like this. It would be below 30 is one column, below 30 is one. Then we have 30 to 40 is another row. Okay, another row. And the last one would be 40 to and 40 and above. They said 40 and above is another row. Now these are the two main characteristics. I have introduced age group as the stubs and the cadres as their the columns. So now we need to think about which one can be done where I can introduce the other characteristic. The other characteristic, that is sex, should be introduced in either of these. Either it should be introduced in the stubs as substubs or columns as subcolumns. Already we have three columns, students. So what I can do is I can divide that again into men, women and total. Okay, men, women, total, men, women, total. So you see, students, when I do that, I will be having more 1, 2 sub. First of all, there are three columns. In the first column, again 3 divisions have been made. In the second column, again 3 divisions have been made. Altogether, I will be having 9 columns, students. Okay, understand? Like this we can do it. Like this we can do it. But you know, students, according to the rules of tabulation, they said very clearly that more number of rows than columns, preferably more rows than columns. So on that basis, students, we can change the whole format, as I can remove this, right, this whole part and keep only as 3 columns, but I can divide here as men, women, so men, women and total. You understand now? So in the first row itself, again 3 rows will be added. Likewise, the next 3 rows will be added, men, women, total. So like this we can do, students, where we can show more number of rows than columns. So this will also serve the purpose for us. This is how roughly we can do this, students. You understanding? Okay. So now let's start completely in a perfect way where we can, um, show it by writing all the titles clearly. We can completely show the whole tabulation part neatly done. Is that clear, students? We will do it. Sure, we will do it. Yes. Nice. Okay. Now, what shall we do? We'll start with the table number. What is that table number for us? So I'll start here writing it as the table number. Right? I take it as a table number. So table number 2. Number 1 I have taken. And the next, the title. The title should be, it's again a blank table. A blank table. Is it right? It should be written in prominent letters, capital letters. Blank table showing the employees of a commercial bank. Okay, sorry. Commercial bank according to what are the three? Sex, cadre, and age group. Is that clear, students? This is how the title should be written. Okay. So now, as I have showed it to you, what is that we need to do, students? We need to start writing. So I will take the title. What is that in the columns that we should do it? In the columns, I told you about the cadre. Okay, I'll start with like this: officers, cashiers, and the clerks. And the next column is, I'll write it as total. Okay. So next one. Here age group. What are the age group? Okay. So I will take this as age group. Below 30. So below 30, first subdivision male, next subdivision women, the next would be total. 30 to 40, the next would be 30 to 40, age group 30 to 40. So it would be M, W, and T. Okay. The next would be above 40. Is it right? Above 40. Above 40 would be M. Again, division, subdivisions, total, students. Is that clear? So this is what should be the whole table. It looks like this. Fine. So now let's introduce the row, the lines, students, so that it will be easy for us to differentiate what it is. Okay, so I will first draw this line, then I will draw this line. Okay, then we have cashier's line 1. See, always make it a point that every row or every column should be of equal width. It will be good. I am right now doing it just roughly. Okay, it's I'm trying to make it a little neat. That's it. So usually every diagram, whenever we are making rows and columns, we should have what you say is neatness must be presented. Students, neatness should be there, and equal okay, so it should look like this. So I hope you got it. I'm doing according to the characteristics first. Okay, so it will be easy for you to understand. See what I have done. I have divided everything according to the characteristics properly. Is that right? Okay, so now the top also, to make it more neat, I will write it like this. Clear? So now once again, so these are the sub rows that we need to make it. Understand, students? Sub rows. So I'll start it from here. Likewise, women, sub rows. Automatically, the last one is the total. Okay, the next is men, the next is women, the next is automatically by default it is total. For the last row it would be men here, right? Then we have women for above 40, and the last one is by default it is total. Okay, so to make this subdivision in the rows, so we again draw this line. So to divide, to make it more clear for us and more neat, so we can join these all. So it will be a perfect table when we do all these things neatly done. Okay, so this is how we need to do it, students. This should be the table. Okay, so now very clearly they asked us to write the footnote. In the footnote of us, what we should write? M. What do you mean by M? M is equal to men, W is equal to women, and T would be equal to total. And the source, whatever it is, if it is from any, we need to just write the source. This should be there. This is how the table should look like, students. This is the second problem that I have explained to you. I hope you have followed this, students. Okay, so like this, we need to do this problem, students. It will be a 5 marks. Make sure that you're doing it perfectly. Okay, thank you very much for your patient hearing, and I know you have understood well. Okay, thank you.